Tonight, more reaction to a stunning investigation by our Project Baltimore team. They found only 11% of students at the best high schools in Baltimore are proficient in math.
And as Chris Papst reports, that data is not surprising to one family who thought their daughter was prepared for college, but found out she wasn't.
Desmond Stinnie doesn't need to see state testing data to affirm what he already knows.
This is not surprising. The children they're not learning in the classroom anymore.
He doesn't need to know math proficiency rates or hear Baltimore City Schools' reason for why they're so low.
It's disappointing. It's disappointing that anyone would believe that this is acceptable.
Stinnie doesn't need any of that secondhand information because he has firsthand experience.
You've sort of lived this data.
Absolutely. Since that time, I've learned how many other people have lived these same experiences.
In 2020, Stinnie's daughter, Xaviera, graduated from Baltimore Polytechnic Institute, or Poly, one of the city's highest performing high schools. The honor student was accepted into one of the United States military academies. But Stinnie said when she got there, she was not prepared academically, especially in math, and she nearly failed out. So for Stinnie, what Project Baltimore recently found in this state data was obvious.
It's almost overwhelming. It puts you in a position where you feel like it's almost helpless.
Fox 45 obtained this data from a source within Baltimore City Schools. It's the raw, unredacted state test results from May 2023 for every school in the city. This data has not yet been released to the public, but we have it. As we first reported last week, we found 13 city high schools where 0 students who took the state test last spring scored proficient in math. But we also looked at the top high schools in the city and found this. As far as math proficiency goes, Poly, where Stinnie's daughter went, performed the best in Baltimore. But even at the best, just 26% of the students at Poly scored proficient in math. The second best high school in the city, Baltimore School for the Arts, had just 10% of its students test proficient in math. City College and Western each had 8.9% test proficient. Overall, at the top 5 high schools in Baltimore, just about 11% of the students who took the test scored proficient in math.
I think the leadership, if it's not working, it's not working. If you're not getting the results, you're not getting the results. And anytime you're not getting results there, it starts with the leadership.
Can't keep putting money into a bad system.
Some city leaders agree with Stinnie. Sheila Dixon, who is running for mayor, has already called for City Schools CEO Dr. Sonia Santelises to resign.
We need to hold the school CEO and the administration accountable.
We all understand that children are our future.
But State Senate President Bill Ferguson stands by Dr. Santelises, saying no one person can be held accountable when students are undereducated.
I have a great deal of faith in Dr. Santelises. She is incredibly thoughtful.
What do others think? Project Baltimore sent this email to Mayor Brandon Scott and every member of Baltimore City Council, which gives city schools hundreds of millions of dollars in funding every year. We asked them, do you find these results acceptable, especially at the best high schools in the city? Do you support Dr. Santelises? Do you believe these results warrant a city council special hearing to question the school system? So far, we have not heard back from any of your elected officials. If we do, we'll pass along their response.
How's your daughter doing now?
She's great.
Meanwhile, Stinnie told Project Baltimore his daughter worked very hard, and with the help of the military academy tutors, she was able to catch up academically with her peers. But he knows most students coming out of city schools will not be so lucky, which is why Stinnie pulled his younger child out of Baltimore City Schools. His son now goes to a private school.
We're setting them up to fail. The test scores are absolutely revealing the shortcomings of the classroom instruction.
I'm Chris Papst, and this is Project Baltimore.
Our Project Baltimore investigation into math proficiency rates in Baltimore City led us to our question of the day. Do you trust the state school board to take appropriate action to improve public schools? So far, 95% of people who voted say no. You can make your voice heard right now at foxbaltimore.com/vote. Just click on that Pulse tab.
I'm Chris Pabst. Thanks for watching. Here's another story to watch. Also, if you have a story idea, please send us a message.